Facebook. Complete and utter trash. I hate Facebook. I've hated Facebook for a very, very long time, and I pretty much don't even have a Facebook profile at this point. I do actually have a profile, but I just accept basically everybody, and you know, it got to a point where I had over 5,000 friends, and I just stopped accepting people on Facebook. You know, at first, it was like, cool, all these people want to add me, and then as I gained more subscribers, and my channel started doing better, actually it was around, like, it was back when I was doing live streams more, like before I even had a YouTube channel, and I got to the point where I think I've probably got like tens of thousands of friend requests. You know what I should do? I should put out a video where I just scroll through my Facebook friend requests on my phone, because I think I did it, I timed it once, and I full speed, like, was slam swiping it, my friend request, and it took like 4 minutes to get through every single one, because there's so many. So I've basically given up on Facebook. Not only that, Facebook's trash, Mark Zuckerberg's a weirdo, I think he's creepy, and I think Facebook does a bunch of unethical stuff, and yeah, we all get it. So that's why this story is pretty cool, because Vietnamese activists are flocking to safe social media after a cyber crackdown. And the safe social media they're flocking to? Minds.com. M-I-N-D-S.com. I know some of the co-founders of Minds.com. I use Minds every day. I'm not that active on Minds. I post my YouTube videos there every day for the most part. I do sometimes post more like, kind of like, I don't know, just posts, I guess. Sometimes ideas and stories, but for the most part I'm not as active as I should be, but I do use it every day. I put up my videos every day, and I use Minds. You know, one of the things is that Minds is a, let me pull up Minds first. Okay, so this is Minds, this is my page. I got this super cool background photo of me doing a kickflip over a garbage can in France. And I just posted my story from earlier today here, boosted it. Minds is amazing, in my opinion. You know, I've got 43,000 subscribers on Minds, and that blows my mind, because these are people who actually comment and engage with me, and often they're kind of angry that I don't use it as much as I should. But this website is awesome. It's like, it's got video hosting, it's got a cryptocurrency that functions on it that allows you to promote your own stuff. I'm a huge advocate for Minds. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. They don't give me anything. You know, like, they don't give me anything to say anything. I just use the platform, and you can generate like tokens, which cryptocurrency that allows you to promote your stuff the more active you are. I think it's a badass platform. Mostly because I'm concerned about Twitter and Facebook and Google, and Minds has like over 1 million users, and it actually functions. And like, I got 3.4 million views on Minds. Like, that's value. On my YouTube channel, I've got 26 million. Okay, so getting 4 million on Minds, that's legit. So basically, here's what's happening. Tens of thousands of Vietnamese social media users are flocking to a self-professed free speech platform to avoid tough internet controls in the new cybersecurity law, activist said. The draconian law requires internet companies to scrub critical content and hand over user data if Vietnam's communist government demands it. You gotta love the communists, right? The bill, which is due to take effect from January 1st, sparked outcry from activists who say it is a chokehold on free speech in a country where there is no independent press and where Facebook is a crucial lifeline for bloggers. Now, this story, this is from today. This is from only like a half an hour ago. This is just happening, so this is pretty amazing. Censorship is a big problem. You know, there's a lot of people who try and claim that censorship doesn't exist, and they say that conservatives aren't being censored. They are. People on the left absolutely get censored too, hands down. Personally, in my opinion, from having explored the issues, I do believe the right is censored significantly more than the left. You can look at Twitter and see who got their blue check marks removed. You have people on Twitter actively advocating for violence, and they get blue check marks. But then you have people who are just more right-wing and offensive, who don't advocate for violence, and they get their checkmark removed. But that's why I like using Minds.com, because it's like semi-decentralized. There's also BitChute. BitChute I use more of as like a backup, so all my videos are automatically uploaded to BitChute. Man, it's always important to have backups from these big monopolistic social media platforms, because they're pretty bad. But it's cool to see. After the cybersecurity law went into place that threatened people, you got something like 100,000 people flocked to Minds.com. That's awesome. That's like almost a 10% bump for the platform. Now, I don't speak Vietnamese. I'm probably not going to interact with these people, but it just shows you that Minds is a legit contender, and that makes me very, very happy. If Facebook kind of just evaporated and no one used it, and something like Minds, which is pretty decentralized and has a decent commitment to free speech, I'd be very happy. So Many activists are now turning to Minds, a US-based open source program, fearing Facebook could be complying with the new rules. Yeah, Facebook might turn over people's data. Why wouldn't they? They're a company, they want to make money. We want to keep our independent voice, and we also want to make a point to Facebook that we are not going to accept any censorship, Tran V, editor of the activist site The Vietnamese, which is blocked in Vietnam, told the AFP from Taiwan. So you've actually, look, it's a communist government, right? I think I'm going to title that Communist Activists Flee Communist Government Rule or something. Cybersecurity law from communists causes activists to flee Facebook. How's that for a title? Is that going to make you click it? We'll figure something out. Some activists say they migrated to Minds after content removal and abuse from pro-government Facebook users. That's not surprising. About 100,000 new active users have registered in Vietnam in less than a week, many posting on politics and current affairs, Minds co-founder and CEO Bill Ottman told AFP. This new cybersecurity law is scaring a lot of people for good reason, he said from Connecticut. It's certainly scary to think that you could not only be censored, but have your private conversations given to a government that you don't know what they're going to use it for. Kind of like what the US does when corporations hand over your data and the government uses it and they censor certain people. What we're hearing is not very different from what happens here. It's just very extreme. It's on the same spectrum, but way further down. You know, this is a communist government, which is a lot scarier than the US government in certain aspects. We got constitutional rights, so I dig it. The surge of new users from Vietnam now accounts for nearly 10% of Minds' total user base of 1.1 million. Users are not required to register with personal data, and all chats are encrypted. Another reason why Minds is better than Facebook. Chat is encrypted. You got to enter your password, and you have anonymous accounts. Imagine having Facebook, but you're able to be anonymous. Vietnam's government last year announced a 10,000-strong cybersecurity army tasked with monitoring incendiary material online. In its unabashed defense of the new law, Vietnam said it is aimed at protecting the regime and avoiding a color revolution, but refused to comment on July 5th. Facebook told AFP it is reviewing the law and says it considers government requests to take down information in line with its community standards and pushes back when possible. Google declined to comment on the new law when asked by AFP, but their latest transparency report showed that it received 67 separate requests from the Vietnamese government to remove more than 6,500 items since 2009, the majority since early last year. Most were taken down, though Google does not provide precise data on content removal compliance. Ottman says countries like Vietnam are fighting a losing battle trying to control online expression. It's like burning books. It just causes more attention to be brought to those issues, and it further radicalizes those users because they're so upset that they're getting censored, he said. Yes, that's true. Now, I know Bill. I hit him up and said, can you provide a comment for me on what happened? And he did. And he said, as long as governments and established social networks continue the pattern of secrecy, surveillance, and censorship, people around the planet are going to rapidly gravitate to open source, encrypted, and decentralized platforms. The new cybersecurity law in Vietnam, with the cooperation of Facebook and Alphabet, that's Google, is essentially a revolving door between a communist regime and top tech sites. Obviously, citizens are going to protect themselves from being silenced or spied on. What all these institutions don't realize or willfully ignore is that censorship and surveillance amplifies violence, instability, and radicalization. They should reverse these policies immediately if they know what's good for them, their countries, and user bases. And they should, but this is really good for Minds. So I'm glad to see that Bill is saying they need to reverse this policy, it's the right thing to do, and I'm sure he recognizes that this huge influx of users is only good for Minds, so he's getting a benefit. I kind of think that's kind of awesome. I don't know what their business model is for Minds. It's open source, decentralized, encrypted, so I don't think Bill's going to become a multi-billionaire like Zuckerberg off this. But it's kind of cool that you can start a project company, whatever you want to call it, and reap benefit when communist regimes try to shut down the people. So, looking at something like Vietnam, which has these overbearing laws that spies on people, wants your data, wants to make Facebook take your data, and then seeing far-left activists in the US, I'm like, hey, look at those people. That's not something we want. CrowdPack is a fundraising site for politicians. And recently, they banned all Republicans. Why would I want to support a political faction that would silence millions of people just for their disagreement? That's terrifying. If one of these people who banned all of these Republicans got into power, what do you think they would do? If they had the power, they would make political parties illegal. That's what communists do. I mean, fascists and communists kind of do the same thing. They're authoritarians, They've done different things in the past, or I should say they've done the same things in the past, kind of different ways and for different reasons, but the ends are the same. Right now we have a communist government that people are fighting back against, so that's interesting. Anyway, this is my last video for the day. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you all tomorrow at 4 on my main channel.